All right, so today we're talking about simple and compound interest. So we're going to solve simple interest problems and apply the simple interest equation to real world problems and solve compound interest problems. So Stephanie received $500 for graduation. She plans to save it for college. The table shows the rates for various investments for 1 year. So if Stephanie puts her money in a savings account, she would earn 2% at $500 in interest for 1 year. So that's what we're going to be able to do. So we're going to look at that as far as simple interest and compound interest. And once you figure that out, then when you have money and want to invest, you can check out different accounts and see how you would do. So interest is the amount of money paid or earned for the use of money by a bank or other financial institution. Simple interest is paid only on the initial principal of a savings account or loan. To solve problems involving simple interest, use the following formula. I equals PRT. P is the principal, that's the amount of money invested or borrowed. R is the annual interest rate as a decimal, and T is the time in years. Okay, and of course the I equals the interest. All right, so here's two quick examples. Find the simple interest rate to the nearest cent. So we have 1,000 at 4.5% for 2 years. So the P of the principal would be 1,000. The rate would be the 4.5% as a decimal, so 0.045, and T is 2 for years. I multiply all three together. My simple interest is $90. Same way with $2,500 at 6.75% for 3 years. I plug in the principal of $2,500, the rate of 0.0675, and the T for 3 years. Multiply the three of them together, and the simple interest is $506.25. Okay? So again, we're dealing with I equals P times R times T. And find the simple interest of $500 invested at 3.2% for 5 years. So I would just simply say I equals 500 times 0.032 times 5. Okay? That would give me the interest of $80. Okay? All right. So try this one and let's see how you did. All right. You should say 300 times 0.08 times 4, and you would have ended up with $96. All right. So here's a word problem. It says, Mr. Gable borrowed $1,860 to buy a computer. He will pay $71.30 per month for 30 months. Find the simple interest rate for his loan. So now we're looking for the R. Okay, we're not looking for the I. But if we're looking for one of the variables, we need to know the other parts. Well, we know the principal and we know the time, but we don't know is the R or the I, the interest. So we can find the interest first. We know that he's paying $71.30 for 30 months. So I could take the $71.30 times 30, and I know the total he's going to pay is $2,139. I can subtract what he borrowed, the $1,860, and I know in interest he is paying $279. Now I have everything I need to find the rate. I have my interest of $279. I have my principal of $1,860, looking for my R, and I know 30 months is actually 2.5 years. So I could take 30 divided by 12, and I get 2.5, okay? Because there's 12 months in a year. I would multiply 1,860 times 2.5 and get 4,650. Divide both sides by 4,650, and my R equals 0.06, or that would be 6%. Okay? All right. So the Andersons borrowed $3,000 to remodel their kitchen. They will pay $125 per month for 30 months. Find the simple interest rate of their loan. So again, I can say 125 times 30. That's going to equal 3,750. I can then take 3,750, subtract my initial amount I borrowed, and I know that my interest that he's paying, the Andersons are paying, are $750. So now I can set up my interest, 750 equals my principal, or the amount I borrowed, times my rate, which I'm looking for, times 30 months, which is 2.5 years. So that would give me 750 equals, I believe it's 7,500. 7,500. Divide both sides by 7,500. And R equals 0.10 or 10%. Okay? All right. You try this one. It's a little bit trickier. Come back and let's see how you did. All right, let's see how you did. So you should end up with 3.5%. So first thing we wanted to find out is how much we paid altogether. That's $225 every month for 10 years. There's 12 months in a year, so that's 120 months. So it'd be 225 times 120 is 27,000. Subtract my initial amount of 20,000 from that. I'm going to pay $7,000 in interest. So 7,000 equals 20,000 times R times 10, or 7,000 equals 200,000 times R. Divide both sides by 200,000, and R, or my rate, is 0.035 or 3.5%. All right. So now we're going to talk about compound interest. Compound interest is paid on the initial principal and on interest earned in the past. So what is the total amount of money in an account where $600 is invested in an interest rate of 8.75% compounded annually for 2 years? Annually means yearly, one time a year. So find the amount of money in the account at the end of the first year. So we have I equals PRT. So we have 600, the initial, times our interest rate, 0.0875, times 1. Because every year it starts over. When we multiply those together, we get $52.50. We add that to our initial, and now in our bank account, we have $652.50. Now this is for 2 years, and it starts over every year because it says annually. So now, since it's 2 years, I have to do it again, but instead of starting with $600, I'm going to start with $652.50 because that's what's in my account at the start of the second year. I still use the same interest rate. I still use 1 as time because it's compounded annually. And when I multiply those three together, I get $57.09. Add that to $652.50. I now, at the end of 2 years, is $709.59. Okay? So compound annually. We go year over year over year over year. We start over every time. If it's compound annually, it's once a year. Okay? So let's take a look. It says, what is the total amount of money in an account where $350 is invested at an interest rate of 7.25% compounded annually for 2 years? So I would say interest equals 350 times 0.0725 times compounded annually, 1 for 2 years. So I have to do this twice. So 350 times 0.0725 times 1. So I equals approximately $25.38. We're going to add that to the 350, and we're going to get $372.38. And since this is 2 years, I have to do it again. So I equals $372.38 times 0.0725 times 1. And that's going to give me interest of basically $27. And so I add that back to the $372.38, and I'm going to get $399.38 would be my answer. Okay? All right, there's one last one. You try it, then come back and see how you did. All right, let's see how you did. So when you did it the first year, at the end of the first year, 2,825 times 0.0475 times 1, and then add the interest back, you would add $2,959.19. So that's what we would start the second year with. We do the same thing, times that by 0.0475 times 1. We add the interest back to the $2,959.19, and we get $3,099.75 is your answer. If this would say 3 times, you would do it another time. If it's 4 times, you do it 4 times. So it just depends on how many times it says. And remember, we do 1 because it's compound annually. You may have compound monthly. You may have compound where it starts over twice a year, so every 6 months. So that would be 0.5. Okay, so just kind of pay attention to what it says. If you got any questions, let me know. Have a great day.